done snacking. Where's my marker? Oh no. Time out. I gotta go get myself a marker. Oh, I have some. I can't understand you. What did you say? All right, friends, now we're ready to start. I had to get myself a marker. All right, so today we're going to work more on adding fractions with unlike denominators. We're also going to work on simplifying fractions, okay? Okay, everyone good? All right. All right, friends, give it a whirl. Give it a try. What is... Oh, wait, that's not the one I want. I'm sorry. Take it back. Take it back. How about this one? 3/4 plus 1/12. How do I add that? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Yes, put it in its simplest form. You don't have to show me your boards yet. Let's just give everyone a chance to get it. Angelina, do you have a question? Oh, okay. Well, let's give everyone another minute or two. Think about what you have to do first. Miss Eden already threw it in the chat for you. Find your common denominator, your LCD. First step. How's it going, Evan? Because it doesn't look like you're doing much. You can't do this in your head. That's why you have a whiteboard.
Yeah, I'm going to try something because on the math book, there was one problem where...
Find the least common denominator, Evan. So count by the numbers. So you find the least common denominator right now. Do that. Nothing is not an option. You've been sitting for about 2 minutes now. I don't want to see your board yet, Cadence. I want to give everyone a chance to answer, and I still see people writing, so I don't want to start quite yet. Don't want to rush. Those fractions can be tricky. I understand that. That's why they take a lot of patience, and you really got to go step by step. Yes. You're finding the answer. I don't know what you're asking. We're not finding an equivalent fraction, I don't think. All right, Angelina, can you please tell me what step number 1 is?
So first you have to count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And then you have to count by 12, 24, 36. And then the first number that they share is 12.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. Thank you very much. So what Angelina just walked us through was finding the least common denominator. Thank you, Angelina. And what is the least common denominator between 4 and 12? It is 12. So we don't even have to change 1/12. That one's going to stay the exact same, so I'm going to rewrite it over here. Perfect. But we do have to change 3/4. How many times do we have to multiply 4 to get to 12?
3.
3, correct. So times 3. What you do to the top, you have to do to the bottom. So 3 times 3 is 9.
9.
So now we have 9 twelfths plus 1 12th, which is
10 over 12.
10 over 12. Am I done?
No.
No, there's
Yeah.
something else I can do. Someone besides Angelina, because you did a good job so far. Someone besides Angelina, tell me, raise your hand. What do I need to do next? Rochelle, your hand is up.
You need to simplify it.
Yes, I can simplify. Rochelle, do you know what number can go into both 10 and 12?
2.
2. Yep. So I'm going to divide both by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Our smallest simplified answer of 3/4 plus 1/12 is 5/6. Now I would like to see your board. See how you guys did. Remember, if we need help, we're going to do more of these. No one panic or anything like that. We're going to keep on working through these. We got 10 because what we do to the bottom of a fraction, we have to do to the top. So 3 times 4 is 12. Then we have to do 3 times 3, which is 9. 9 plus 1, because we have to add the 1/12 to the 9/12 is 10. Okay? Then we have 10 over 12. You can't just multiply 3 times 4. You also have to do 3 times 3. Okay? All right. Let's try another one. Definitely saw some right answers on that. Remember, just keep on asking your questions. That means when you need help, we're going to get this because we're smart cookies. Let's do. This is a good one. 2/3 plus 1/4. You're doing the exact same steps as last time. Try to work it out. Same steps as last time. Don't show me your boards. I want everyone to have a chance to work this through. So we're not going to rush. I want everyone to have a chance. So the first thing you got to do, find what is the common denominator between 3 and 4. That is step number 1. Cadence, why do you have your hand up? I'm not calling on people yet to solve the problem, unless you have a question. I want to wait because not everyone's done yet. I still see people writing. Don't want to rush people. You have 30 more seconds, then we're going to work it out together, okay? Remember, if you're not done, it's okay. We're going to work it out together. Don't panic. Hold on, Landon. Okay. Landon, do you have a question or do you want to start us off on the problem?
Start off.
Okay, you can start us off. Then Cadence, you're going to finish it out. So what's the first thing I need to do, Landon?
To make it easier, you add the bigger number, which is 4. to 8, but 3 can't go into 8. So you add it to 12.
So what you're doing there is you're counting by fours, okay? So let's just count by fours. That's the easiest way to put it. So we can do 8, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. That's probably far enough. So now let's count by threes. Landon, count by threes for me.
3, 6, 9, 12.
Ooh, look, he stopped because he just heard, oh snap, I have a least common denominator. And our least common denominator is what, Landon?
What'd you say?
What is the least common denominator, bud? Say it.
12.
12. So we know both our denominators are going to be 12. So I'm just going to write that over here so I know. But what we do to the top, we have to do to the bottom. So Cadence, tell me what I need to do to the 2 and the 1 now.
You have to times it by the number that you are. You have to times it by for the 2 you have to times it by 4, and then for the 1 you have to times it by 3.
All right, because that is how we got to 12. So 3 times or 4 times 3 is 12. So then what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So 3 times 1 is 3. Then over here, 3 to get to 12 is times 4. So 3 times 4 is 12. And 4 times 2 is 8. And now we add them up. 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 over 12. We cannot simplify that. That's as simple as it goes. Show me your boards, friends. What questions? Does anyone have a question over that one? I'm seeing some right answers. If we have questions, make sure you stop me, okay? Ethan, what's up, bud?
How did we get the 11? I got 7.
Because, once again, what you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So,
Yeah, I know
to get
that.
12,
I did like 2 times the 2 times the 4. I got
which is
6.
8.
And then I got,
Okay, well, 2 times 4 is 8. It is not 6.
oh wait, yeah it is. Oh wait, never mind.
Okay, so that's just a multiplication error, okay? No big deal. All right, next problem. Evan, I don't see you working very hard over there, nor do I see you showing me your board. So let's start working hard and asking questions if you need it. Okay. I'm trying to think of another good one. All right. Everyone, let's do this. 3/5 plus 4/20. Step number 1, find our least common denominator, which means you're going to have to count by the denominators. Yeah, guys, let's focus on math, okay? Thank you. Evan, count by 5s and write it down at the bottom. No, try again. I'm telling you, you just didn't do it right. The goal is to find a denominator between 5 and 20. Writing them down visually helps us see what are the same between 5 and 20. Because you went too far. We should not be typing in our chat right now. I want everyone to have a chance to finish this problem, guys. You don't need to rush. I still see people writing. Okay, so show me where you counted by fives on the bottom of your board. Show me. No, try again. Count by fives. Right. Don't erase your whole problem. Count by fives. Write 5, write 10, write 15, write 20. That's what I'm asking you to do. Count by fives by writing it. I don't just want you to write what you think the answer is. By writing, counting by fives, you would have seen a better least common denominator. So do what I ask. I'm telling you how to solve the problem, and you're just ignoring what I'm saying. Count by fives at the bottom of your board. 5, 10, 15. Okay, look. Now we just found a least common denominator. That was smaller than the one you wanted. So you don't need to keep writing them, Evan. Look for a least common denominator. It is not 40. 40 is not the least common denominator. All right. We are going to start working through this. Step 1, find the least common denominator. Mrs. Kneifel likes to start with normally the smaller one. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That should be far enough. Oh, look, 20, 40. I already see a least common denominator. 20 is my least common denominator. I do not need to redo 4 20ths. 4 20ths is going to stay 4 20ths. However, I need to change the 5 to 20. What we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 5 to get to 20 is times 4. So that means we have to times 4 with our 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16. Now we have 16 over 20. Guess what? We can make that smaller. Mrs. Kneifel knows how to do multiplication and knows how to divide. We could do it by 2s, but we can also do it by 4s because 4 goes into both of those evenly. 4 divided by 16 is 4. 4 divided by 20 is 5. Our answer is 4/5. Our answer is 4/5. Let me see your boards. What questions do we have? Where are we stuck at? If you did 2, that would work, Gage, but then you would be able to go smaller again. Because if you did it by 2, it would have been 8 and 10. And 8 and 10 isn't as small as it can go. You would have had to do it by 2 again, which then you would have gotten 4, then you would have gotten 5. Okay? Because the goal is to get the fraction as small as possible. What questions do we have? Landon.
I got 16/20s.
That is literally what my answer was, but that's not as simple as it goes, Landon. Right here, I had 16/20ths, but that's not simplified. So we had to divide. If you divided it by 4, you would get the lowest, which is 4/5. Gage said he divided by 2, which is fine, but you get 8/10. And 8/10 is not as low as it can go. It is 4/5. You have to simplify your fractions. Okay, so yes, I also got 16/20ths, but I simplified, which you also have to do. Okay, you can always simplify even numbers because 2 always goes into them. Okay. Ethan, that doesn't help. What haven't you understood? Because personally, I feel like I'm doing a very good job explaining step by step. Step 1, you have to see whether you're adding or subtracting. Step 2, find the least common denominator. Okay? I don't know where you're stuck at. Okay, well, you're also doing this in math class, so I'm not really sure, Ethan, but we're going to do another problem. You have to try. I'm seeing some people not really trying, and they're just kind of sitting and thinking that it's just going to come to their brain. This fractions you actually have to physically work out on your board, okay? I'm telling you, it is not simple. It's not the simplest thing you're ever going to do, okay? Okay, this is a simple one. 1/2 plus 1/3, okay? First, find the least common denominator. You do that by counting by the denominator. So I want to see your boards. I want to see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I want to see 3, 6, 9, 12, yada, yada, yada. I want to see that on your board. So Evan, right now, you are counting by 2s, you are counting by 3s. Do that. Two, 4, 6, 8. Write it down. It's not up for debate. You're just sitting. You're not trying to work things out. Okay, but why do you have a 0 after a 3 somewhere? Okay, you should probably write it with all the extra space down here. Writing it on top of your problem isn't going to help you be organized, okay? And now you need to count by 3s so you can find the least common denominator. We've got to do this. Also, if some of us are confused, especially I know the ones that are confused, I have a feeling maybe you didn't always join the math lives, or maybe you haven't watched the math recordings. Everything Mrs. Jones has taught is recorded and put on Google Classroom. So if you're getting really lost and really confused, guess what? You may need to go rewatch some stuff. We are going to find the least common denominator. Everyone, look at the screen and watch me do this. I should be pinned. I should be giant. You only care what I'm doing, okay? I'm first going to count by 2s because I need a common denominator between 2 and 3. So I'm going to write 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's probably far enough. Now I'm going to count by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, look, I see 2 numbers that are the same. 6. The least common denominator between 2 and 3 is 6. Now, I need to times them to get my denominators to be that. I know both my denominators are going to be 6. 2 times what gets us to 6? Ready? 1, 2, 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. But what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 3 times 1 is 3. Next, how many times do we multiply 3 to get to 6? Twice. 3 times 2 is 6. What we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. 2 times 1 is 2. Now we add straight across. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Our denominator is 6. Our answer should be 5, 6. Yes, let me see your boards. Let me see your work. Evan, let me see your board. Some of you guys, your guys' work looks super nice, and I'm seeing what it is. Some of your guys' boards are looking a little bit blank. Counting by these numbers helps, okay? Okay. We have time for one more, okay? Does anyone have any questions about that problem?
I don't have a question about that, but I wanted to know if you could put me a dry erase board in the office for my sister to pick up while she's down there taking her ASVAB. Mine's coming apart and the tape keeps getting all over my hand, and it's annoying and sticking. I don't like it.
I can do that when the kids go to lunch, so it'll be down there around 12:20. Is that okay?
Yeah, my sister's taking her ASVAB in the high school, so.
Okay, so it'll be down there around 12:20, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, one more problem. Isabella, what's your question, ma'am?
Well, for the last problem, For the LCD, I did 12, but I still got 5, 6 by simplifying. Could I still do that for something else, like a different?
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's just not the least common denominator. That's just a common denominator. The goal for the least common denominator is we're already closest to the most simplified answer, okay? The goal is to find the smallest common denominator. 12 was a common denominator, just not the smallest one, okay? The goal is to find the smallest. Okay, 1/2 plus 2/6. So you have to count by 2s, count by 6s, find the smallest common denominator. Let's think. Common denominators. I'm going to do by the smallest one. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's good enough. 6, 12. Oh, snap. I already see a common denominator. It's 6. 6 is my smallest common denominator. That means I do not have to change 2/6. 2/6 is going to stay 2/6. That's great. Saves us less work. But we have to change 1/2. How many times do you multiply 2 to get to 6? 1, 2, 3 times. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 1 equals 3. We add them together. 3 plus 2 is 5. 6 is the denominator. Our answer is 5/6. Let me see our boards. Coincidentally, we've gotten 5/6 like 50 times. I'm not really sure how I keep on getting that, but what questions do we have? What questions do we have? All right, if we don't have questions, you guys did a good job today. Make sure you focus in math class and do your homework. If you have a question, stop Mrs. Jones. I know she will answer it for you, okay? Ask questions when you have them. Thank you guys for working hard. This will be posted, the recording, in case someone wants to watch it. Bye. You just want to keep that in your desk?
Bye. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for the whiteboard.
Okay, find yours. What are you, number 15? Find number 15 in there, and you can just have 15. Bye, guys. I need to get her a whiteboard. Someone remind me to get her a whiteboard, okay?